Very well, so ladies and gentlemen, we have a lots and lots of news for you guys. Of course, we're going to talk about Lautaro Martinez. Something is wrong with Lautaro in Inter. Of course, we're going to talk about Calvin Phillips. Stay tuned for that. So, more importantly, subscribe if you seek daily Arsenal content because we really try to bring these kind of content almost every day of the year. So, let's just jump into it because Thierry Henry on Arsenal's top 4 chances says, for me, if they don't do it, as I said at the start of the season, then it will be a failure. I think this agenda of Thierry Henry is actually looks a little bit forced to me, and I don't even know why. I really don't. Anyways, whatever. That's his opinion, and whatever. Josh Kroenke says, we're sitting in 6th in the league. We need to be higher. Our goals are to be higher. But to be there with the youngest squad in the Premier League, I think is something every Arsenal fan should get behind. And I'm pretty much sure most of the Arsenal fans are definitely getting in behind because it's so exciting to see the youngsters coming from the academy. And even if we bought, it's a very young team that has a very high ceiling of improvement. They are gelling along well, so much that they could really do a lot better in some time. Moving on, so Big Sam has actually praised Mikel Arteta on how he dealt with the whole Aubameyang situation. Of course, Big Sam has been a manager, of course, the relegation expert. He says, Arteta dealt with that magnificently well because it shows the rest of the team that there's a certain level of expectation when it comes to discipline. And if you're not going to adhere to that, you're gone. Mikel Arteta has faced so many challenges in such a short time as a manager and he's dealt with them head on. He's decided that he's going to be strong, which you have to admire. I certainly admire him for that. He's had a lot of big senior players who haven't been pulling their weight, and personally I think he's dealt with those situations very well. So Mikel Arteta has got Big Sam's approval in how he's been as a manager. Tough nut to crack in a very strong situation. Mikel Arteta has delivered according to Big Sam Allardyce. Let me know what you guys think about it. Moving on, so Jonathan Moss has been appointed the referee for Arsenal's game versus Brentford. Lee Mason will be on VAR. Not many people are a big fan of Jonathan Moss. And of course, we just came to know that there will be a big overhaul in the referees, in the whole refereeing system. I don't know how that is going to change. The big thing is that overhaul only is cool if all the rules are uniform, irrespective of the bias and corruption, and I don't think so that's going to go right away. It's not possible. Moving on, so Tierney was asked who is his best mate at Arsenal. He says, my best mate at Arsenal would be Rob Holding. He helped me a lot when I first came, so I'm grateful for that. And also now Jack Wilshere's training with us. I've been very close with him. He's a great guy and also a great player. So Super Jack is definitely helping Tierney, man. Moving on, Rafael Leao is liked by half of the Premier League, but it's Arsenal that has been showing the strongest interest in signing the Milan star according to Repubblica. So according to them, it is going to be a big strong possibility that Arsenal have shown interest, but an interest doesn't amount to investment. That's what I learned. Simple as that. As simple as you may like it. Moving on, so William Saliba is Marseille's Player of the Month for January, and that has been a very fantastic news. Exactly, you got to have high-profile players, youngsters going to good clubs and raking in the best Player of the Month. When they come back to us, it's going to be supremely interesting to see how they perform in the Premier League, though. And according to Corriere della Sera, they say that Jose Mourinho will not give up his request to sign Granit Xhaka next summer, despite Roma's previous attempts last summer and winter. Mourinho believes that Xhaka is the favourite man to build the team around and helps control the pace of the match, which the team lacks. So, of course, I'm pretty much sure after reading, after getting close to this news, everyone would want Xhaka to leave as well. So, Peter Host has done a fantastic job now. He's actually put up a thread on fans forum at Arsenal last night. He says what Vinay Venkatesham has said. Vinay says, the new signings have all settled really well. Really disappointing to go out so early in the FA Cup. Carabao Cup much better, but still frustrating to get knocked out. We are in contention for European places. We have got a really good chance of getting in top 4, and that's what we are fighting for. A lot of rebuilding was done in the summer. There are plans to strengthen the club further this coming summer. We have a very clear plan, I'm not a big fan of the January window. We were focused on seeing if any of those things we wanted to do this summer could be brought forward. We were active in the number of conversations. In the end, it did not prove possible. Everybody's comfortable with what we have. We looked at both permanent and loans. If somebody could make a difference for us, but none of them made sense. To get this club back where it needs to be, we need to make as many right directions, right decisions as we possibly can, and we need to be very disciplined. On the women's side, we had a very pretty active window, renewed Leah Williamson, brought in 3 players. We've had a couple of successful games at the Emirates this season, and we are planning to have the North London Derby in March there as well. Jack Wilshere is training with the first team. He's also doing a lot of work with Pear in the academy. There are no plans to integrate him in the first team, but it's been fantastic to have him around. And one of the most important is stadium investments. Now he says stadium investments are going on, work in progress, about repairing and replacing the roof, replacing the banners outside the stadium with a fan working group, replacing stadium crests, upgrade or replace all turnstile readers, replacing the light boxes. Coming this summer, he says replacing both screens bigger and much higher quality, increase in general admission per spaces, in development with no committed timeline yet, replacing the PA system, increase mobile phone connectivity. Also, he says, please do keep the feedback coming in. We are listening. We are trying to prioritize the projects that are important to our fans. If there is anything missing, please let us know. We are looking to see if there is a way that we can put solar panels on the roof. And the way the club behaves will be portrayed in an incredibly powerful way about the Amazon. And that was the main reason we signed up for this, to show the world how this amazing machine called Arsenal works. It will give everybody an insight that they have hitherto never had. There is nothing other than love and admiration for Arsene. He's always welcome here. There aren't any plans for a formal role for him. There was quite a discussion about Arsenal's partnership with Socios, as one rep said. He said that there is nothing about Socios that I think represents what I believe the Arsenal represents. The fact that our name is linked to them makes me absolutely sick. Lots of things coming in, so let me know, what do you guys make of the whole situation? Vinay Venkatesham addressing the fans, and that, my friend, is what should have happened a long time ago. But anyways, to start something really important to the club, that is the feedback from the fans. I'm pretty much sure we're just going in the right direction in terms of that. So Martin Odegaard has admitted that he is very happy with Arsenal's trajectory under Mikel Arteta. He says, I think we're a very interesting group. A lot of young players and a lot of hungry players. I feel like we're building something special here with all the players and staff. It's really interesting what we are trying to do, and I'm happy with the situation. Very happy to be part of the team, and hopefully we can keep improving and get better each game. Then we'll see where it takes us. Surely. Alright, so according to Spanish outlet ARA, they report that Arsenal are reportedly interested in signing Sergi Roberto from Barcelona. No contract talks have already been planned or something like that, but yes, Arsenal are very much interested in signing Sergi Roberto. What are your thoughts on Sergi Roberto? Because that's the second link that we've spoken about. The third thing is that Ian Wright has criticized Ruben Neves following his recent comments. He says, I was vexed with Neves coming out and saying, look hard how Arsenal are celebrating. What's wrong with you? That's an unbelievable result for Arsenal, the way you lot have been playing. 1-0, down with 10 men, away from home, and we get the goal. That is cause for celebration. Whatever. So of course, ever-present Calvin Phillips' link with Arsenal just keeps on coming. I've made innumerable amount of videos about him. So according to 90 Minutes, Arsenal are one of the many clubs interested in Leeds United midfielder Calvin Phillips. The reports claim that Leeds are yet to hold talks with Phillips this year over a proposed new deal, with his current contract set to expire in the summer of 2024. Calvin Phillips would be a very good addition though. Moving on, Rio Ferdinand has criticized Arsenal duo Magalhaes and Xhaka. He says, both lack of discipline. You've got to have sometimes a trigger in your mind that when you're going in for a tackle, is this the right time or not? That separates the top players a lot of time from the okay or good players. If you can't rely on people, they are worthless. Don't have them. What? Don't have them. All right. Very well. Moving on, let's talk about Lautaro Martinez. Of course. Why will I not talk about Lautaro Martinez? So, according to calciomercato.com, Lautaro Martinez could leave Inter in June. His contract expires in 2026. Liked by Arsenal and Manchester City, Lautaro might be leaving Inter Milan, and that, my friend, is a very interesting thing to hear. Like, out of nowhere, this news comes out that suddenly Inter Milan would be losing Lautaro. Let's see if that's going to happen or not. Just sign a new deal, makes zero sense, but okay, whatever. So with this, I like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.